Over here at the Nerd Huddle, us Spoiler Kings like to review movies a little bit differently. We don't use the 5-star rating. We don't do thumbs up, thumbs down. We do it our way. So as you see down below, we're either going to rate this movie a watch now, a watch later, or a watch never. A watch now means, oh my God, this movie is fantastic. Top priority. Go watch it right away because it's that good. A watch later implies like, movie was okay. Maybe catch it when it comes out streaming. I know this was only at the movie theaters, but a watch later means watch it later on. It's not that good, but it's okay. And then a watch never means don't watch this movie. Don't give this movie any time of day because it is pure trash. Excuse me. With that being said, you want to go ahead and give your review? What do you think about this?
Sure. So what I'm giving Morbius is probably a never. It doesn't add anything to anything, and it just bad storytelling, okay graphics, I guess, but it doesn't bring anything to this bigger universe, And I feel like Marvel like kind of fixed Sony's problem, especially with the Spider-Man stuff. They're like, hey, here we go, we fixed it for you, and then we're kind of giving you back a little bit. And they're like, okay, and they just like crash it right into the ground. It's like, and again and again and again, because Venom 1 sucked. Venom 2 sucked even more. And then this movie sucks even more. Like, it's like, how many times are you gonna crash this plane, before you start to realize like you need help, like you need help, Sony. This is not the way, this is not how to do it. And then real quick before we get it, even Brian said, I hate they call it a Marvel movie. I feel like Sony should be forced to give these characters back to Marvel for a nominal fee. I mean, I think Sony's not going to get rid of these characters because of Marvel, because Marvel is who they are now, that they're able to ride their coattails and kind of like, hey, in association with Marvel, I think that's what it says in it or something like that. So yeah, it just sucks. So what about you, man? What are you giving this one?
So for me, the 2022 PG-13 version of Morbius. For me, I'm gonna go ahead and give this movie a watch never. I wasn't really that drawn into the movie. I liked a few parts that I saw visually, but as far as like, kind of agree with what you said, that for the progression of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, it added nothing. Exactly the way you said it. You couldn't have said it better. It was nice. The thought was there, but for the most part, I wanted more from the bad guy. I wanted more like, callbacks to when he got bullied and maybe he acted on those to, newer victims. I was hoping for, a big boom at the end.
Yep.
And because we didn't get that, I was like, they missed out on Spider-Man references. They had all the green light to do it. They had it in the trailer, like you missed out. So yeah, I'm definitely going to give this a never. I almost want to give it a later, but I don't know. It's just they missed out on so many opportunities to make me want more. So yeah, it missed it for me. And then at the with being a Marvel in association with Marvel movies, you're always expecting a really cool end credit scene. Miss on that too.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get into that in a second for sure. We're gonna get into that.
I'm not gonna say what happened. If you wanna listen in a couple minutes here, we'll tell you what happened. But for the missed opportunity in the end credit scene, that's what Marvel fans stay for end credit scenes for. It's always for a nice, like, oh snap, did you see that? We didn't get that. We didn't get that.
No.
But yeah, that was it for me.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, we're gonna get into that post-credit scene because I got some feelings about that. But first, Rotten Tomatoes is kind of crazy. So the critics, the actual tomato meter, is 16%. 16%. That's what the critics are giving it, which is crazy. The audience is much more forgiving. And the audience gave it a 70%, which
shit.
I feel
What?
like it's just fanboys kind of like it's good because it's Spider-Man related. Like that's what I feel like it is.
Wow.
Kind of,
Yeah.
Usually I'm kind of more critical about the critics. But in this case, like I am definitely on their side of this argument.
Oh yeah.
Um but yeah, just like some of the audience ones. Let me bring over somebody's like super awesome movie. Help me throughout. The girlfriend changing at the end was priceless. What? That doesn't make any sense. Like these are people who never seen the movie. It was a great movie, just fell a little short. It was short. Great introduction to Morbius. Like no one's giving any good like, you know, you know. It's just like everyone's like, I just liked how short the movie was. I'm like, a movie doesn't need to be 3 to 4 hours. Snyder fans, okay, to be a good movie. Like I'm sorry, I don't mind it, but not
Yeah.
every movie needs to be that long, And I feel a character like this, an hour, almost 2 hours, an hour 44, enough time to give Morbius a good story,
Mm.
but yeah, but then the critics were just like completely going in on it. Click
What
that.
was this?
I mean, so many people like felt most April Fools Day jokes. Morbius is not actually funny, incoherent vampire themed Marvel offcut. Yeah. So Morbius is a chore to sit through. It lacks imagination, zest, and any thrill. So yeah. I mean, the critics. I mean, the whole first page is like 2 good reviews.
Wow.
the first page. So yeah, definitely not good. And Brian's going much later. So he's at least telling you watch it eventually.
Mm.
I'm saying you can skip it. There's no reason. As of right now, there's no reason. Maybe in a few years if they tie things in, maybe, but by then if he tie it into shit, you can just go watch the thing he gets tied into, if they do that route. And then also one last thing is the here 2 more things. The box office did pretty good, 39 million over the weekend, which is not bad, considering it's still post-pandemic ish. But yeah,
Hmm.
it's I think it got number 1 over the weekend, but that's not surprising. I don't know about you, but I thought that's what it was going to do because people see Spider-Man and they're like, oh yeah,
Yeah, and nothing else really came out this weekend. Nothing, jaw dropping.
that's true.
So I mean, who were they competing against?
Yeah, it won by default.
Yeah.
And then one last thing, like the director of the movie came out and talked about it being badly reviewed, which is you don't get a lot about that. But he said the point I'm making is that it's strange thing to make something that is so public. Look, I have a lot of self-hatred. So I have a lot of criticism of my own work. I'm always trying to focus on being better, but I'm also proud of what I do. There are parts of my movies I'm really proud of. That's kind of like what he said about his, movie just being bombed on Rotten Tomatoes. So
Yeah.
not good.
Do better.